see. It's kind of obvious. But before I introduce Amanda, we're going to do a little bit of a catch up with Studio 77. I know I've been saying it for a few weeks now, but I am actually tomorrow morning going to stop new members from starting for the 77 Club. So if you've been sitting on the fence, you have just a few, around about 8 to 10 hours, maybe 12 push to jump in there, and then I'm going to change it so new members cannot join. The next time I'm going to be opening this will be not until around about March. So I'm just going to quickly show you the pattern that is coming. I showed this to some of the club members earlier and on the social Zoom call that we had the other day, and they absolutely loved it. So this is the Maggie switch. So this is a rucksack and it switches up. So you can actually remove the handle. So it's got a really unique strap system, I want to say. So you can have it as a crossbody. You can see that I was so eager to use this. I haven't finished that zipper. But yeah, you can use this as a crossbody with the D-rings here, or you can take these handles out. Let's see if I can show you with it holding up. So you've got this slip pocket at the front, and then on the inside, give it a bit of a wiggle. Bit tricky doing it one-handed, but you'll get the idea. And it's a lot easier doing it two-handed, and when you can see what you're doing. So you can actually take that strap out, and then you can adjust it. You can do it so that you can still see, because it wraps around that top part there. It's got a magnet or a snap, so you can choose it. But if you use these ones with the rivet on, it looks like it's just riveted in place. And because of laws of physics, which I don't know too much about, but they do stay in place because you're kind of pulling the strength in the wrong way, if that makes sense. Then you can wear it on your shoulder. You can have the straps left to right, or here's my other one. You can have it as a rucksack.
I love that.
Thanks. So it's got a trolley pocket.
Yep.
Might come in handy in a few weeks, Amanda.
I think so. I think we might have to make one of those.
Yeah, so I thought this print was pretty fitting. A little bit of a hint at what we're going to be talking about. Is there something on there? There is something on there somewhere. I know I saw it. Aha, there we go.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. Look at that.
Anybody got any clues? But before we talk about that, yeah, so the 77 Club is closing its doors tomorrow. I've been talking about it for weeks. I've just been super busy, so I haven't been able to change the page over. So it's closing tomorrow. We have our guest speaker on Sunday, which I'm really excited about, which is with Lou Orth, who is going to be talking us all through patchwork. So we have a different guest speaker every month, set to inspire us across all different breadths of creativity, but always with a nod back to bag making, because we can use patchwork in bag making as well. And then this month's coming masterclass is all about front zipper pockets. So I'm going to show you how to add a zipper pocket to any pattern. And of course, we have our socials and our giveaway as well every month. Oh, there's so much in there. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about tonight. Just wanted to give you a heads up that we're closing. To new members, I should add. We're not closing. So tonight, I have a special guest star with me tonight from Sew Side. And I'm just going to quickly say hello, because I can see in the chat we've got Jane, Donna, Susan, Di, Esther, Jane, Elaine, Jane, and Karen Ann. Hello, hello. And also, before I get started even more, don't forget to follow both of our channels and subscribe. This may be the first time you have come here. If so, welcome, welcome. I do aim to go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. GMT. So do pop back and say hello. So, Amanda, hello, hello.
I don't know if you're going to be able to go live on Thursday in mid-January. We're going to have to see how that's going to work. That's going to be our party night. That's going to be our party night.
That's okay. We'll do a little, maybe we'll do one in the middle of the party so everyone can feel like they're invited.
There you go. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. I am so excited. So, hi, everybody. My name is Amanda. I am from Sew Side. We teach sewing classes. Our home base is in Oceanside, California. We have so much going on, but I am super, super excited for, oh my gosh, are we in December yet? Is it December? No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's December already. So literally just, 5 weeks away, we start our first of the season, our Sewcation at Sea. So we do sewing cruises. We have 2 coming up in January. We have our 7-day, January 8th through 15th, and that is going to Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta, just outside of, or just leaving out of LAX, Los Angeles. And then right after that, back to back, we have our 4-day going to Catalina and Ensenada. And there's a special someone that gets to come with us.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. I see a little peek behind you of one of the projects that I actually haven't even sent it to my group chat for the attendees that are already coming on the cruise. But behind Emma is one of the projects that we're going to be doing on the 4-day cruise. That is just, I cannot tell you how stinking adorable that is. We are going to have so much fun with that. I love it.
Oh, he has his baby inside. I forgot.
He has babies.
He has babies. She has babies. Should be a she, shouldn't it?
She has babies. It is so stinking cute. I cannot wait to make that. It's going to be absolutely great. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's going to be you can see just up on the top of my shelf, all of the vinyls and stuff that I have up there. That's only a smidgen, just a teeny part of the, I'll call it a collection of vinyls that I do all of our kits out of. But yeah, it's going to be great. So typically, on the 4-day cruise, I'll use that as an example since you get to come with us. So it's a 4-night cruise. We leave on Monday. We port back in on Friday. Typically, there's at least 1 full day at sea, and that's when we focus on the main portions of our project. So where we'll be making that backpack. But that's not the only sewing that we do on the ship. We have other smaller projects on port days where, say, for instance, we're going to Catalina. So I think we port into Catalina at 8 a.m. and we have to be back on ship, I believe, at 5. So we'll typically have either our gift exchange or open sewing or a smaller guided project in the evening. So little things like that. We always have a welcome aboard project where we already have all of our machines and everything set up. And as everybody comes in and gets settled, we have kind of a little welcome party where everybody has a project and we kind of work through that together so that everybody can get used to the machines that we're working with, the materials that we're working with, get to know each other. And it's an absolute blast. So
it's so
what are you most excited about?
Oh my gosh, well, everything. And as if I wasn't excited enough, you mentioned Disneyland earlier, and I was like, oh my gosh, my head's going to explode from the excitement. And I will just add, I know that I can see there's a few people in the comments who are kind of regulars, part of my membership and everything as well. And I did the other day announce that I'm going to Alaska in June, but this is a new cruise which we just decided on like last week. It was just crazy amazing. I messaged Amanda thinking, oh, that's for the future, and she was like, what about January? Sorry, okay.
You can ask my husband. I do stuff like that a lot, actually.
No, it's brilliant. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
So people may be a bit like, well, hang on, weren't you talking about Alaska? But yeah, I just wanted to explain that this is a new one. Two different companies. So we're just talking about Mexico today. Although I know you're going to Alaska too in August. Right?
In August, yeah. So I looked up some prices on the 4-day, the one that you're coming on, and as of this morning, it looks like first of all, we still have space. So if there is anybody that wants to join, it's still possible. You just contact me. I handle all of our booking. And we're getting people on as little as $690-ish for 2 people in a room for the
Wow.
4-day cruise. So what happens is you basically pay for the cruise in one part, and then there's a class kit fee on another. So the class kit fees are directly to Sew side, and that means that we handle everything. So we bring all of the machines, we package all of the projects. All of our projects are pre-cut, pre-fused, ready, like literally you open and we start sewing. There's no prep work that anybody has to do, and I provide everything. So the machines, the each station setup, the rivets and the irons, and literally all you have to do is show up.
It's
That's it.
crazy. Like that, just having that everything pre-cut, ready to go is just such an amazing deal. I
It
did
is
a
so fun.
quilt kind of quilt subscription thing where with Modern Quilt Club, if you're in the UK, they've just launched a new one. I really recommend it. And they send you a little box every month, and it's like, just make this part of the block. And just having it pre-cut was just like
Oh,
game changer.
oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's an absolute blast. I specialize in taking very complicated patterns and simplifying them so that anybody can make them. So I'm really excited to see the backpack and put it together too, and all of the other projects. So we'll have our on my YouTube channel, I have my everything pouch. I usually design those specifically so that it's more of a souvenir. They are designed and printed specific to each event that we do. So those will say like Sewcation at Sea Mexico 2024, so that you have that little piece of what you did to go home with you. It's a very simple project, but it's one that we all use. It's it really it's just an absolute blast. And then even then, so one, you're paying for the cruise, right? Which means that you get time, you want time to enjoy the ship and the ports that you're going to too, right? So we're not only doing all of the sewing classes, but we are specifically scheduling around so that you can go and do one of the things. One of the things that we did on the last one was one of our girls was like, did you guys see that there's a sexy man contest at the pool at noon? So we changed our lunchtime so that we could all go up as a group and watch the sexiest man contest at the pool. It was phenomenal. We have dinner every night together. We do a lot of those. So it's very flexible depending on what's going on the ship. We have things even at the ports. So the 4-day we're doing Catalina and Ensenada. I've done Ensenada a few times, and I'm an avid Catalina. We love Catalina. So I know a lot of the little places to go. There's a great little crafter store of all of the local crafters in Catalina. We'll go and say hi to them. So it's Catalina Art. So we'll go see them on Catalina. There's a lot of fun things to do, lots of little shops to go and see. And we'll typically do stuff as a group if nobody has anything already planned. So of course there are excursions and stuff that you can book directly or even third party. But for someone who, say, doesn't have, the extra funds to go and do that $200 kayak tour, hey, we're doing all of these other things. We're going to go see these local handmade artisan craft shops. Everybody is welcome to join us. But then we also have open sewing time during those times too. So if you really don't even want to get off the ship, you don't have to. So Donna says, my mobility issues are bad enough on dry land. Not sure how I'd get on a float. You'd be surprised. I've seen some pretty gnarly stuff on the ships. It's pretty fun.
It sounds like you really cater to all different abilities as well, and lots of different options there. So that
Oh
sounds
yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah. So
It's
what
a
kind of
blast.
stuff? So you go to see the arts shop in Catalina. What other kind of stuff do you get up to?
So for me specifically, I love going up to the Wrigley Memorial. It's a bit of a hike. It's an easy. Let me rephrase that. It's not a hike. It's a long walk. So you can take the shuttle. It goes almost all the way up to the Wrigley Memorial. But this memorial it is absolutely amazing. It's all these staircases. It's up at the botanical gardens. So they have the botanical gardens up there, and it's part of the Wrigley Memorial. But when you climb this bell tower, you can see everything. You can see the ocean, you can see the ravines, you can see all of Avalon. It is just a really neat free experience. I also love to go over down to Descanso Beach. They have a like a sectioned off area where we've gone snorkeling. It's going to be in January, so it's not going to be the warmest, but wetsuits are great. But also in Descanso Beach, they have zip lining. They have a couple of different stuff. Kayak tours. There's the glass bottom boats where you can go over the reefs and stuff. Catalina specifically has the Garibaldi fish, which when you go and sit on the pier or walking anywhere where the walkways go by the water, they're these huge, bright orange fish. It is amazing. One of my favorite things to do in Catalina in warmer weather is there's a specific cove that we go up and kayak to, where when you get out and snorkel, you're actually snorkeling with the sand sharks and the leopard sharks. And so, but you have to be real sneaky because they freak out very easily. It's really fun.
Wow. Well, maybe I can make a waterproof version.
Hey, there you go. It's going to be a blast. And then Ensenada, there's a lot within walking distance. What we like to do is go and find specifically the little hole in the wall restaurants. Those are the most authentic and just the best flavors. There's a little taco shop that we really like to go to. They don't speak English, so if you know just enough to order what it is you want, it is phenomenal. And then there's a tequila tasting factory that it's like $10 to go through the tequila tour. You learn all of the history and you get to taste 5 or 6 different types of tequila. It's pretty great. And then shopping.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. But then the ship itself has so much to do.
Yeah.
And spas and massages.
Wow. I mean, I was taking a look at some of your videos on your channel, and there's quite a few. I think you've done like a vlog every day of one of your recent. Was it one of your recent ones?
So when the first cruise, the first sewing cruise that I ever went on was actually run by Sew and Sail with Jamie. And that one we did out of the Western Caribbean. So we went out of Fort Lauderdale and we went to Costa Maya, Cozumel, and what was the other one that we went to? Cozumel. We went to Roatan. That's what it was. Roatan, Costa Maya, and Cozumel. I got to swim with the dolphins. And yes, on that cruise, I did a video log every single day. But with my cruises, I get very lost in the moment and very busy, and I forget to do those every day. So we end up with highlight reels and lots of pictures. But definitely, we've done 4, 5. This January will be our 5th and 6th sewing cruise. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th and 6th sewing cruise that I've run. So excited! It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I can see Donna says, well, Maggie is my mum. She's my editor as well. Hi, mum. She says it sounds amazing. Donna says, being vegetarian, I would be a bit nervous ordering food with no idea what it is. Well, Donna, I'm vegetarian, so let's see how that goes. I didn't speak a word of Spanish, so wish me luck.
That's one of the great things. I mean, you can always get a quesadilla. That's just cheese and bread, right?
It'll be fine.
It's fun. So when you book the cruise, there are ways to let the staff on the cruise know. You have to do it within a certain amount of time if there are specific like allergens or specific issues, but there's almost always readily available gluten-free, vegetarian. There's world food like stuff everywhere. One of my favorite places to go on the ship is the buffet. I like food, and it's really good food. I love Royal Caribbean. I've sailed with Norwegian, Disney, Royal Caribbean, and Princess, and Carnival. And so far, still, I absolutely love Royal Caribbean. The options, the add-ons, all of the stuff that you can do. It's more so of paying for what you need instead of an all-inclusive price that just includes everything, even if you don't use it. So We have a lot of fun though.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Exciting. Oh,
It
I'm so happy that we were able to have this chat tonight. Thank you so much for
yeah.
coming on. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any, you got any questions in the comments at all. Shoot them away. And also you do lessons as well in your
Mhm.
workshop, don't you? In
Yeah,
LA.
there's actually a class going on next door in our classroom right now.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, we do a couple of different things. So we have our basic classes, which run 3 times a day, 3 days out of the week. So we have specific classes, and those are all function based. So I have a set of foundation projects that every new student that comes into us, they go through these 4 foundational projects. So the first class that they take is basically an introduction to the machines, which again I provide everything. Um, the second class starts there, Sewing 101. It's a total of 3 classes, and they go through 2 projects, a 9 square pillow and a reversible tote bag. And then Sewing 102 is 6 classes, and they go through a full body reversible apron and a zippered purse with pockets and stabilizers. So they're getting an introduction to all of the very basics of all of the things that they would use later on. And they get to work on their individual projects at their individual pace, just in a group setting. So they're with like-minded people in the same area. They can ask their neighbor for help. We have our full-time instructor that leads those classes. And then we also do workshops, which are more project-based. Think of it like a paint night, right? Everybody comes in, they follow the same steps, they walk out with a finished project. So we have our function-based classes, and then we have our project-based classes. And then we do the sewing cruises. We have retreats. I go out to other places and teach. And we also have our expo once a year so far.
I mean, people say to me, I don't know how you do everything you do, but I mean, I'm going to say the same to you because that sounds
It's
completely
a
bonkers.
lot.
And when you were like, "Oh yeah, I cut everything, I prep everything up," I was like, "Wow, so much."
we we do so much. My brain is always going 10,000 miles a minute. I have a really good team behind me. So I have 2 full-time instructors, one for each location. So we have this classroom, and then I also have one in San Diego. Um, Amy teaches down in San Diego. Miss Meg teaches here in Oceanside. I do all of the travel and teaching. On my admin team, I have Heather and part-time Stephanie. I have a volunteer, Alyssa, that when she's here, she comes in and kind of hangs out, and I help her with some stuff too. But um, probably, yeah, I think that's my husband is super supportive, even though he thinks I'm crazy. And for the things like the expo, I mean, we have such a great we have our staff that I mentioned, but we also have a great list of volunteers that are ready to help wherever and whenever they can. So it helps make those things run a lot smoother and easier now that I have extra little me's running around. It's super helpful.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Donna says that's a lot of work, and Zoe said it's so hard to find classes and retreats, etc., in the UK. Well, maybe I should do one, Zoe. Maybe that will be like 25 or something. I think I'm too busy with these 2 cruises in 2024 on top of everything else. It's
Europe
crazy.
is definitely on my list.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to come over.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Donna and Zoe say yes, yes. Maybe I could do a cruise from the UK. We can.
That's one of the things that I was looking at was, we've been talking about doing, Sewcation Europe. So there's quite a bit of places. Logistics are a little
Mm,
hard, which is why we haven't done it yet. Logistics are hard with, getting the machines on board again because I provide everything. So making
yeah.
sure that we have enough to get there. But don't worry, Zoe, it won't be just boats. It won't be all just boats. So I know there's a good portion of people that don't do water.
The only thing putting me off from starting like organizing a retreat is that I've spoken to a couple of people who do them, and they're brilliant, but they're absolutely so much work. And you
Yeah.
guys I know you guys in the comments know me, and you know I do so much. All the at the moment, I should say, with the subscription box and the membership and my YouTube, and I teach YouTube strategy as well. I don't know if you know that, Amanda, but
Yep.
I do. Yeah. So
I'm in your group.
yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you're silently stalking me, and I had no idea.
I was one of the first members when you first started it.
Oh,
I was
amazing.
one of the founding members, yeah.
I knew that. I knew that.
Jane, I am Sewoside. It's SEWOSIDE. So we teach sewing in Oceanside. That's where my name came from. Was our hometown Oceanside is commonly referred to as O-side. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna have to look up where you are in California as well. So are you near
So
near LA?
we I define near. Um we're about 80 miles south of LA. We're about 30 miles north of San Diego. So I'm closer to San Diego. The traffic's a lot better going down towards San Diego, but LA is still very, I mean, it takes forever with traffic sometimes, but when you time it right, it goes pretty good. It's
Okay.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm only
Awesome.
an hour from Disneyland.
Wow.
Yeah. And Disney is kind of right in between my house and LAX. So we're just gonna
Like
go that
detour
way a little bit.
a little.
Just a little bit.
Donna says near is less than 50 miles. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Donna. But yeah, in the UK we're quite a lot smaller. Like,
Yeah.
how many times we fit into California, but probably a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always in the States. You guys are like, oh, it's quite a close commute. It's like an hour and a half, and we're like, that's not a
You know
close
what's
commute.
funny? So I travel all over, right? I drive cross country all the time. I travel a lot between here and Florida, which is technically a 35-hour drive. So that's why I said define near, because for me, I'm like, oh, I have this event in Texas. That's cool. I'll drive. It's only 21 hours. And
Oh,
and that's the face that I get from people. I was like, what do you mean it's only 21 hours? Like, well, I mean,
no,
it's,
I
I don't
can't.
know. Vegas is only 4 hours from here. San Francisco is about 8 hours from here. I know everything in hour distances.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I go on Sewing Street, which is a UK shopping channel, round about once a
Okay.
month, and it's a 2-hour drive, so I stay overnight. But you'd be like, I just get up in the morning.
You know what's funny though is as much as I drive cross country, I don't like to drive home from Disneyland
Because you're too tired. Yeah.
because I'm like, I just don't want to do. It's only an hour, but I'm like, husband, you drive. I don't want to drive. You drive. And he's like,
Oh,
you literally do all of it. I don't understand, but okay.
I will always take passenger over driving for
If I
sure.
don't have to drive, I would
Yeah.
much rather sit in the passenger seat with coffee and a butt heater.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
it.
with you for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for joining me. We'll
Yeah.
leave it there, but it's super fun. I'm so excited to announce it to all you guys. I hope that some of you can join us.
Yes.
And check out all of the side locations, because there's so many. You're going to Sin City, you're doing Sin City.
Sin City. So, Sewcation Sin City is our sewing expo, and we are going to be in Vegas, Las Vegas, in June of next year. So, June 20th through 23rd. It's our Oh man, we have a masquerade meet and greet in a private room at the Luxor Hotel and Casino. We have 3 days full of classes. We have our vendor hall with lots of great vendors. If you join our Facebook group or follow our Facebook page, we get to start announcing vendors within the next couple of days. And the tickets are already up on the website, so you can purchase those. Next month, we're going to have our discounted room block, so that will all go up on the website. All the information is there. It's so
Exciting.
much fun.
I was just thinking, like, that kind of coincides with After Alaska.
Hey.
I don't think I could get away with that.
You just stay a little extra.
Yeah.
It's a layover. Just say it's a layover from you'll go from you're doing Alaska, so you'll be in out of Seattle. So just go from Seattle to Vegas a couple extra days and then go home from there. I mean, yeah, it's great.
Might not mention it.
Oh no, I could only get a flight on Tuesday instead.
Yeah, don't worry about all these bags. Don't worry about that. All the stuff that I bought. We're just don't look at that.
Yeah, exactly. See, we got this. We'll figure it out.
Fine. I just have to hope he doesn't watch the YouTube channel, so it's fine. He'll never figure it out.
There you go. There you go. Oh, I'm so glad we got to do this. This is
Oh,
great.
yeah, it's fun. Hi, Darshna, you caught us. Woohoo! Donna says that's the only place in US I've been. Didn't see as much as it was a conference for work. Are you saying
Oh
back
yeah.
to Vegas? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
35 years since you went to LA and Vegas.
Yeah.
You ship stuff so he doesn't see the shopping. Exactly. That's what I will do.
See. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Vegas is gonna be great. We're taking over the 20,000 square foot ballroom inside of the Luxor Hotel and Casino, and Luxor is on the Strip. So we were able to get our discounted uh, rates for the hotel rooms for the 3 days before and the 3 days after the event. So if somebody wanted to stay an extra day or two or come out early and explore the Strip, there's so much to do. And there's the monorails, so you don't even have to do anything. There's the pools and the spas, and I love going to Vegas. It's great.
Yeah. I might have to plan that for. Do you do it every year there, or do you change it?
So we might be doing 2025 also in Vegas. This is our first year in Vegas, so we normally do Socation Margaritaville. So if you're in the group in my Socations by So Oside group on Facebook, you can go into the albums and see all of the Socation Margaritaville classes and announcements and everything, and that's all the same stuff that we're doing. We're just doing it in Vegas this year, and we moved to Vegas from Palm Springs, California, because Vegas is such a central location. It's so much easier for people from everywhere to get to, and we've had so much more outreach after hosting. It originally started because I was doing retreats, and then we ended up getting so much more interest with the retreats that I turned it into an expo, and we're just continuing to grow. So this year we have 4 or 5 classrooms, and yeah, no, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Amazing. So
And a
cool.
masquerade meet and greet, it's going to be phenomenal.
Oh, I really want to come, but I'm not even gonna ask. Like it's too much.
We'll see. We'll get there.
Yeah. I think that might be for. I keep
We'll
thinking.
see how he does
Yeah.
after January, and
Yeah.
then you got to slowly work your way up.
Just
I'm at the point now where I put it on my whiteboard that I'm going to be gone, and my kids are like, whatever. They're like, what do you mean you're home? Yeah, I do live here. They're teenagers, so they're so involved with themselves now, like with their friends and stuff that they've got for school. My boys just joined wrestling. They're in 8th grade now, and it's just they're growing up so fast. You have littles though, right?
Yeah, well, one's little, one's 6 and one's 12.
Okay.
So yeah, but the 12-year-old swims like 4 or 5 times a week. So that's what I was when we were chatting earlier. I was trying to sort out the
Yeah.
lift for that. It's just crazy. Yeah. So that's the main thing, that when we're away, because obviously a little one can't be on her own, and
Right.
logistics,
Yeah.
joy
Yep.
thing.
Yep. Yep. As they age, they'll get used to that, and it'll be easier to do it.
Yes.
Like I
Yeah.
said, I've only been doing all of the travel and teaching for the last 2 years. So initially, well, let me put it this way. When I first started, I didn't realize that there was so much out there because I was so focused on just my little community here in California. I don't know that I assumed or didn't assume that, you know, people outside of California, I just assumed that they already know how to do all of this stuff because it's just California people that are families, I guess, that it didn't get translated through the generations. It just wasn't a passed down thing. And my generation was probably the last to have it in school available, even. But I didn't have anybody to teach me. And so I just kind of assumed that that was a California thing because anybody that I had talked to outside of California, they're like, oh, yeah, my mom, my grandma, my blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, you know, it was just us. And the YouTube channel really opened up the out of state and outreach for that. So
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah. It's exciting.
It is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get all my writing because I'm sending off that pattern that I showed you to my testers very soon. So I'm very excited for that. That will come out in January in the 77 Club. Remember, I am definitely closing doors tomorrow to new people for the 77 Club. It won't open till March. So if you've been on the fence, jump on that. And I will pop afterwards in the description links to all of Amanda's stuff so you can check it out. Hopefully you can join us on our lovely cruise, and have a great evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will both see you in our own Facebook groups over on Facebook until the next live, which will hopefully be next Thursday back here on this channel. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Bye.